Hello and welcome to my YouTube argument presentation for why the 1992 Batman Returns is an absolute cinematic masterpiece. You might be able to tell that my eyes are a little red because I've been crying. I just watched this film and I wanted to capture my feelings as much as possible right out the gate. So I apologize for the sound and terrible lighting because I'm recording this on my phone. All right, so the film opens with the basic presentation of Selena and Oswald and their origins, which is extremely important because they're both the keystone characters of this story. Batman does not have character development in this story, and it's not about him, which is kind of the argument people make for why Batman is good. Whatever. Anyway, so number one, this film has a ongoing theme of the battle of the sexes, the inequality between men and women, which is great. It's great because, like, 1992, that was a major theme. God, my hair looks terrible. Anyway, number two, we get this great opening with Selena where she gets, like, majorly disrespected. I'm going to find my selfie stick. Majorly disrespected by her boss, who is played by Christopher Walken, which, like, great actor for that. Where is this confounded thing? My damn tripod. Where'd I put it? Fuck, where'd I put it? As I search for my tripod awkwardly, I realize that I started this video very half-cocked and without plan. Is that it? No, let's turn on the light. It's a plush. It's my bag. Is it hiding? There it is! Ha! Found it. Also, I'm out sick right now, so I might be a little... Come on, there we go. I'm sure that sounded awful. I might be a little bit half-cocked right now. That's okay. That's because I probably don't have the flu, but I'm not feeling good. Oh my God. Okay, that's a good length. There we go. Now I'm stable. Hello. All right. Anyway, where was I? Right. She gets horribly disrespected by her boss, who is played by Zem. All right, cat. Played by Christopher Walken, who is really good in this because he just is like, he doesn't even have to be more than a static character, which is what he's good at. He's good at static characters. He's, a good actor. He's a good character actor, which is like the whole point. But he's just unscrupulous. He kills people. He's typical Batman corporate villain, the real villain of the story, not the monster villains. Anywho, she gets disrespected by him. He does terrible things to her, throws her out a window, and throws her out a window when she discovers his plot to suck up the energy of Gotham and keep it in these, like, capacitor things, claiming it's a power plant. Anywho, then he throws her out a window, and she becomes the Catwoman, which I love. I love Catwoman's story in this because she's just like these major feminist themes of, like, retaking feminine aggression, which should be a thing. Like, angry women are real and need to exist in media because, like, there's, especially in the 90s, there was so much of a lack of, like, respect for women, and it was starting to come to more of a head as media became bigger. And I'm sure that there's, like, 2,000, like, presentations people could give about this, but this is my video. So anyway, so there's a lot of that. But Oswald, the Penguin, is also, like, starting to come into the spotlight and makes a deal with the Max Shrek, who is played by Christopher Walken. And one of the things I love about the Penguin is that, like, while number one, he's all about revenge, number two, he's also extremely horny, which makes him a sort of interesting counterpart to the Catwoman, because the Catwoman, as part of that aggressive femininity, is also like aggressively sexual. But she doesn't do the sex with anybody. She like aggressively kisses Bruce once, and otherwise she like saves a girl who's being attacked by a male robber and beats the shit out of him, and then she's like girl power, you know. Anywho, but she's wearing all leather. She's carrying around a whip. She's like practical dominatrix outfit, which was designed as it was, you know, whatever. Like, that's the comic book story, sure. Anywho, but that's not my favorite parts. So, like, I'm gonna lean against this wall now. The plot from there, like, I don't have to give a full synopsis for those of you who have seen it. That's Zim in his box. For those of you who have seen it, and if you haven't seen it, you should go watch it. But later, Selena and Batman develop this, like, sort of flirtatious relationship where they meet as, like, their costumes, and they meet for a moment as, like, she is out of costume and he is in costume, and then they meet in costume, out of costume together, in costume together, and then out of costume together. And there's this, like, this flirtatious statement that they say to each other when they're in costume, and then they're at a dance ball together out of costume, and they say it again, except in reverse order. Like, one of them says it, and then the other one says it. And, like, they both sort of realize at the same time, oh. Sorry, my cat's being insane. Oh, you are this person. And she says, do we have to fight right now? Which I love, because it's like she is steadily losing her mind. She is cracking down the center, which, like, Batman has been through all of that already. He's like, throughout the film, all right, crazy cat. Throughout the film, he's like talking about Vicky Vale, his ex-girlfriend from the first film, who couldn't deal with his duality of being Bruce and Batman at the same time, which is understandable, because that's hard to deal with, like the double life nonsense. But Selena has the same thing going on, and like Batman is steadily like just falling for her because she's such like an opposite number to him. And he probably also enjoys like the independence and the strong woman thing. I don't know. Anyway, so let's talk about some cinematography, because I've got a few favorite scenes from this. And like this time I cried during these scenes because I haven't seen the film in a while, and I love these scenes. All right. So the first one that I thought was like amazing is Batman is out, and this is like in the middle of the film. Batman is out. These are spoilers, I guess. Batman is out doing his Batman thing and patrolling, and he sees Oswald and the Penguin, Oswald Cobblepot, dressed up in his, like, he's running for mayor now, so he's dressed up nice. And he says, "Are you out, like, doing crime things?" And Oswald is like, "No, I'm just out." Because he is. He's just out doing stuff. He's not doing crime. He's just out at night. And then the Catwoman, who has been tearing up this store belonging to Max Shrek, her attacker, who is the object of her revenge. She's been tearing up this store. She put bombs in it, and like, this is an important point. There were a couple of security guards who confronted her, and when she was like, no, they were like, "Lady, we don't make enough money to care about this." And she's like, "Okay, get out." She doesn't kill them because she doesn't have to, which is great. You know, like, they're like, "We don't care. Please don't kill us. We'll get out of here and ignore we saw anything." And then she lets them go. Great, sure. Catwoman is a great anti-hero in this. Like, the Penguin is a villain. We respect him because we understand where he's coming from, but he is always malevolent. He is like this image of toxic masculinity, and also like, I don't know. Anyway, yes. So they're talking. Batman is accusing this guy, and like the Catwoman is like running out of this building. She's actually doing backflips out of this building, and then she's like standing next to them, and she's like, meow, and then the building blows up, which is amazing because it's like this is her coming out and being like, I'm here too, fuck you, I am strong, you know. I think earlier in the film she actually says, I am Catwoman, hear me roar, which is like right out of I Am Woman, Hear Me Roar, which is great. I love that. Anyway, another scene that I adore is after the big bad is like, after the big conflict with the Penguin is over, and like his plans to destroy the city have been foiled by the Batman. Batman and Selena are down in like the Penguin's lair, and Selena is about to kill Max Schreck, the object of her vengeance. And Batman is trying to talk her down. He's trying to be like you don't have to kill him. We're the same. And he actually takes off his mask for her and is telling her like, please come away with me. Let's stop this. Let's just get out of here. Let's be good, you know, let's do the right thing. But he talks at her like Max talks at her, and she's just like, no, I'm gonna kill this bastard. And like she kisses Bruce, and then she pushes him away, and she's like, it can never be like that. I am what I am. I am this vengeance engine, and I can't go live with you in your castle. I'd never be able to live with myself, which is great because that's also aggressive femininity. It's like, I am a strong, independent woman, and if I went and lived with you as a princess in your castle, I would never be fulfilled. I would never be happy. Which, yeah, agreed. But she turns and she faces Max, who is like holding a gun at her, and she says, what does she say? You killed me once, Batman killed me once, that means I've got 7 lives left. Or that I've lost 2 lives already. I wonder if you have enough bullets to stop all the rest of my lives, because, you know, cats have 9 lives. And then he shoots her twice, and she says, like, 4, 5, try to stay alive, which I love because that's, like, I don't know if it's deliberate, but it's definitely a reference to Blade Runner in that great scene at the end where Roy Batty is chasing down Deckard in the building, which is also a cinematic masterpiece, but it's a different story. Anyway, so she says 4, 5, try to stay alive, and then he shoots her again twice, and she says 6, 7, all good girls go to heaven, or I don't know how she sings it, but she sings it at him in sort of this deranged way, and he goes click, click with the gun, which means he has no bullets left. And she walks up to him and she says, 2 lives left. I think I'll save 1 for next Christmas. But as for you, and she pulls out a taser and she kisses him while holding like a big metal thing and says, like, I don't know, how about one under the mistletoe or something like that, which is just her kissing him and electrocuting him to death, using up 1 of her 2 remaining lives, making herself functionally mortal after that. And like she kills him horribly, and then like Batman tries to find her, she's run away, Max is dead, and the Penguin shows up. He's like climbing up out of the water, and he's like torn to hell because his plan failed. His explosives hit him too, and it's bad. And he's bleeding, and he comes out of the water, and he reaches for one of his umbrellas, but he reaches for the wrong one. He like tries to open it and attack. Here, let me show my right hand. He tries to open and attack Batman, and he accidentally pulled the cute one, which I love the umbrella weapons. It's so contrived and silly. It's such a great Batman thing, like with the bat boat, the bat ladder, all that crap. But like, I'm sure you're familiar with my umbrella weapons, Batman. That fucking line from the old like live action show. Like, yes. Anyway, and then he like is like, the heat is getting to me. I'll be right back, but I need a drink of ice water. And then he falls down and he dies. But this is the part that makes me cry, is 6 penguins come out and they carry him into the water because he's died on like land. And they carry him like pallbearers, like people carrying a coffin. And they carry him into the water, and I'm tearing up thinking about it. They carry him into the water and they release him into the water and they watch, and then like that's the end of it, you know? And there's like the denouement where like Batman is riding in the car with Alfred. He sees a shadow of a cat and he's like, stop the car, and then he goes and he picks up a black cat that is like a stray. He carries it home with him. They're in the car and he's got the cat, and like Alfred says, come what may, Merry Christmas, Bruce. Merry Christmas, Alfred. Goodwill towards men and women, which is like the whole message anyway. Like equality, aggressive femininity. Tim Burton is like an absolute like powerhouse, a lot of respect. Not for his more recent work quite so much, but the Batman Returns. Yeah. Yep. That's pretty much my whole argument. Although honorable mention, there's this part where, this is earlier in the film, the Penguin is, I just realized the echo in here probably sounds terrible. The Penguin is first talking to Max Schreck, and he pulls out an umbrella that like has a big spiral on it, and then he starts spinning it as he's talking just below eye level, and Max is like, is that supposed to hypnotize me? And the Penguin says, no, but it's supposed to give you a splitting headache. Which is just great, because I have no doubt that like there was some time in some piece of the original media where he used like a hypnotism umbrella or something, because the Penguin has always been like hypnotic in some way. That's like his thing, that he's charismatic and hypnotic when he wants to be, but otherwise he's just he is what he is. He's a manipulative, greasy type of like toxic masculinity character in like the film. And like, I don't know much about the cartoons other than that he's this contrived sort of like umbrella man. I could also talk about the role of animism in this film, because like penguins are sexually nasty and aggressive. I'm not going to tell you the whole thing. Casual Geographic did like multiple videos explaining why penguins are not nice to each other and not nice in general. Penguins aren't evil, they're just animals, but like, yep. But cats being independent, cats being like, get away from me, scratch, meow. Cats being a little bit insane in their own way, but also like fiercely independent. Animism again. I guess not really animism, just like animal tropes. And the Batman doesn't really do many bat things other than just sort of being Batman, because he's more of a plot device than an actual character in Batman Returns. So I guess you could call it Batman exists while the Catwoman and the Penguin have screen time and are awesome. Yeah. That's the end of this video. Happy New Year, and I love you.